This is Adventure Challenge at its second edition, a competition where 100 riders line up for the start of 8 technical tracks ranging from deep sand, slippery mud, steep hill climbs and precision exercises in a more or less trial format, meaning that if you touch the ground, you lose points. Balancing a 200 plus kilogram motorcycle is no joke, and this contest will put each rider to a test of fine skill, with the top 10 receiving incredible prizes from the sponsors. So, let the best win! Good morning, people. I'm taking my coffee next to my motorcycle right there. Look at this beauty. And today we participate in a competition called Adventure Challenge, and it's placed at Action Planet, maybe the place you've seen already in some videos, and also probably all the Dutchies know. So let's hope for a good place today. But first, let's get there. See you! After arriving and receiving the competition number, we followed the briefing where we were divided in groups and got assigned a marshal. Together with another 11 people, we became Group White. I would say the best group ever. We got to know each other, and our amazing marshal explained in English, as me and other 2 internationals were there, all the rules. And this was the calm before the storm, because you just watch how 100 riders moving around looks like. Absolutely crazy. Afterwards, we headed for the first challenge out of a total of 8 different tracks. The idea was that you can walk on them and make a plan for what route to take, but you cannot ride on it until the start of the challenge. The rules were simple. You start with 50 points, and each time you put your foot on the ground, like this, it will be minus 5 points. And if you fall down, like that, 20 points will be deducted. Some tracks also had some bonus points, but I will come on it a bit later. So I would say, let's begin. Guys, it's way difficult, way more difficult than I expected. I don't know why. This is the maze, and it may look easy, but all the tight turns and muddy routes makes it very challenging to not put at least a foot on the ground. To be honest, I have never tried something like this, and I have never thought to ride without touching the ground. Until now, I only care how to get from point A to point B, no matter what. But this is very different. Also, it's worth mentioning that each challenge had its own specific thematic based on the terrain and the technique, but also a specific organizer from the sponsors list. This one, for example, was made by Motor Wow. As the GoPro cannot record my legs, I will show you where I touched the ground with this beautiful emoji, so at least you know where I got points deducted. Whew. Okay. I'm doing quite good until this point. The first foot down was intentional. I couldn't drift there without, but the second time it was a simple mistake in a place where I thought I wouldn't have problems. And bang, just like that, got more points deducted than I wanted to. I still consider this a good run. But the next challenge, I won't say the same. The second challenge was a precision ride from the sponsor Motorline Holland. It was more or less just games based on balancing and riding with one hand. And in this way, I also found out that I totally and completely suck at this. And it's even funnier as I found out in front of quite a big crowd. A bit embarrassing. I was supposed to take the basketball and throw it inside the blue ring. But instead, I decided to throw my bike on the ground, just for fun, I guess.
Ik heb hem hoor. Ja? En jij de andere kant?
That's a slowest, it's a small CC bike. Not so much power.
After the curve, to the right.
Yes.
Step to the right.
Okay, dropped it once, not nice. Not happy with that. Okay, not very good. Oh man.
After the basketball, I had to do another game where you put your left leg on the right peg and do a turn. Afterwards, you have to walk for a bit next to your bike, but on its right side, as you are supposed to be already there. I did a walk, as you can see, but the riding with all my weight on the right peg was a complete failure. No chance, absolutely no chance.
Okay, I really destroyed this time. I don't know what happened here. Come on, dude, like I really fucked this up.
There, I was supposed to take the tennis ball from the first traffic cone and put it on top of the second one. And again, big failure. I even had to delete the audio from here because I was just getting angry and cursing. Beep, more cursing. And here I was riding with one hand and I could choose between the left or right. But I think I chose completely wrong. Also, what I was actually trying to say after the first fall with the small CC bike is that this bike doesn't really have enough power to ride without a throttle. It doesn't like only with the clutch. It will try to stall and jerk quite badly. I'm not saying I wasn't terrible at this, but at least I got maybe an excuse. The last game was with a stick. You have to put it through a ring and throw it in the barrel. But at this point I just wanted to be over with it. The next round was organized by Jekyll and Hyde Exhaust, and they chose a very sandy ride. It literally felt like they brought some sand from the beach of Zandvoort and laid it for us to have fun. It was a short challenge, but you could either get stuck forever in here or just full gas it and finish it in under 1 minute. Lekker man, lekker indeed. I also wanted to applaud the rest because this group was awesome. We were always supporting and cheering each other, and I'm sure it mattered as well for the morale during the competition.
It's very sunny, guys. And look at Ellie, she's nailing it. Go, Ellie!
This is the smelly Swampy Cruise from Lone Rider, another amazing sponsor with another amazing truck. I guess the name talks for itself, and if you went through this deep puddle, you'd even get bonus points.
Bye!
be honest, it looks way worse than it is, but it definitely smells way worse than you imagine. I managed to really keep my balance for this one, and I even surprised myself. I only made a small mistake towards the end, but the rest went really good. Raley Motor offered the next challenge, and it starts rather abruptly. First you have to jump a ramp and completely stop before the red and white tape ends. Most people actually overshoot it. If you do it correctly, you get some bonus points. After some fall rest, you come back and have to slide over this pipe, front wheel on one side and the rear on the other side. But guess what? You have to do a loop and try it again, but exactly the opposite for some extra bonus points.
Okay, nice the pipe. I've never done this kind of stuff. Really scared of the pipe. Okay, first time pipe was a fail.
The next round was an obstacle course, and the points were a bit different. You start from zero, and for each obstacle you can make up some points, but the rule about putting the foot on the ground or dropping the bike were still in place, so you could still lose -5 or even -20 points. Just like I did, and you'll see that in a second.
Come on.
I lost my balance going down this Europa LED, and I dropped the bike, but at least I made up for this drop as I finished the challenge without any other mistake. I was so scared of the next part with the tires that I didn't even think how tight this turn was, but I think I nailed it, and the tires proved to be very easy actually.
Why did I mistake at the beginning? Like, it was so good afterwards, but just the beginning I fucked it up.
Even though I was upset that I made a mistake right at the beginning and made everything perfect afterwards, at least I can say that I wasn't the only one. Ellie had quite a nasty crash, but fortunately she was alright and the BMW resisted like a tank. Afterwards, at least we got the chance to see 5 guys picking up this heavy machine. And even after this crazy drop, Ellie proved how tough she is and finished the course in a very elegant manner.
Nice.
The next challenge was the hill climb, or the Dutch Himalaya, how I like to call it. It starts with this double hill climb for some bonus points and continues with 2 tight turns. And guess what? It's not over.
Nice.
You still have some little muddy hill climbs to do for extra fun. Once you are up, you also have to go down somehow, right? And they did this with these abrupt stairs. It may not look that bad on the GoPro, but in reality it was absolutely terrifying, especially if you are scared of heights like I am.
Okay, the last one of the day, and we are done. Let's see how much I can push it. I doubt I can push it too much. No. As far as I know, nobody managed to push it. Okay, the rest seems to be okay. It should be acceptable.
This is the last challenge of the day, and it's called the barrel roll for the reasons very unknown to me, as I did not manage to push it more than a few centimeters. However, I later found out that nobody out of the 100 participants managed to. The rest of the course was alright and I did it with no penalty, a perfect score for the first time today.
No points! Perfect!
This was the end of the competition for me. I had a lot of fun with great people and I have to say I really challenged myself. Not because of the difficulty of the tracks, but because doing everything without touching the ground is something completely different than I have experienced before. I did not get in the top 10, but I believe I did quite well. So don't forget to like and subscribe and see you in the next video for more adventures.